So it would be really good to kind of get from you both what the experience has been like for you pulling, you kind of mentioned it already, Tamasailau, pulling you to get your team together for a standard, or just getting the EOI together. What are some things that we should be aware of?
So with the fast start, so it's a smaller grant. I guess I'll just go back a little bit there of like preparing the EOI. I've personally felt a lot of pressure to apply for a Marsden grant because of the expectations, like, yeah, apply for this, apply for this, apply for this. And at the time when those messages were coming through, I just wasn't ready. And knowing the kind of fast start, you've got like that kind of 7-year period post-PhD as a kind of definition of early career researcher. So I didn't apply until I was in my 3rd year after my appointment as a lecturer. And that really gave me time to really kind of think more broadly. I wasn't thinking about Marsden when I first started, but I had that time to kind of think back and think about, am I ready for an application? Is this the right time? Is this idea going to be worthwhile? And then after all of that was done, I was like, okay, I'm ready. And so my kind of EOI was, I'm in the Faculty of Science, so our support was quite different. I was also during COVID, so support for everyone was kind of a bit hodgepodge at the time. But my approach was to just write a lot and then refine it down. I was fortunate, I was connected with a writing support, and so this was a person that I just engaged with via email who would read my proposal, read my one-pager, and would give me advice. And they had no disciplinary expertise, which was fine, and they're like, no, I'm just going to read this. If I understand it, I will let you know. If I don't understand it, I will let you know. And that was good just to have that kind of seemingly objective person kind of read what I was doing. So yeah, I just wrote, started big, and would refine it down. I was looking at the guidelines as well. Like, what am I expected to talk about? Vision Mātauranga was another thing that I considered quite extensively as well, because I was having a purely Pacific focus or Pacific centric project. But knowing very full well how I work all the time alongside Māori and draw on Te Ao Māori knowledge in psychology, who have world leaders in Indigenous psychology. And so that was my kind of connection there of how I'm connecting to Indigenous knowledge systems within Pacific, but also locating them within Aotearoa. And so that was kind of my kind of grounding in what I was doing. I think I had like 6 different versions. I didn't commit each of those versions to the guidelines in the template. I was like, this is my word vomit here. And then I sent it off, and kind of, this is the ideas that I could point out, and then kind of refining it to that one page. So I kept each version because I thought, I don't want to get rid of this information. I can use that if I'm successful to the next round. I can build that into the bigger proposal. So it was kind of just like start big, refine, refine, refine. I had to kind of, each revision I would kind of work on what are the kind of main driving points that I want to get across in each one, and try to find out where I was rambling, and how I kind of can make that more concise. And the best way I ended up doing it was kind of starting with my intended outcome, which was psychology needs to transform. And so from there, I was like, this is what I'm hoping to achieve in this kind of blue skies area, and this is how I'm going to achieve it through the rest of the EOI. I also had to just, I don't know the right word for this, but be confident in challenging something. And so that the more I leaned into the unknown, I guess, because there wasn't a lot of research on the kind of disciplinary aspects of Pacific psychologies. And so I was like, yeah, that's the issue. It's like, and so I just had to kind of lean into that and be confident in that I will have the ability to kind of develop this space more. Yeah.
I guess the short answer is that we basically had to meet as a team, and we had to, because we were in 3 different places as we were trying to pull the EOI together. So Rob really had the responsibility of making sure that we were all connecting. And I think it makes it a bit easier if you're doing a standard grant and you're doing it as a team, that you all get along as a team, you know? It's like, it might be kind of common sense, but sometimes the relationships, if you don't know your peers as well as you think you know, can be really tested over time. So it's just an EOI stage at that point. So you want to make sure that you understand that if it does go through, that these are the people that you're going to be working with right through the whole project, right, and come out with the outcomes. So you've got to, really work through that and what that means, and then you just bring your own kind of lens to what is being said and what they want to do, what you want to do as a team, and then